By now, you've definitely seen a bunch of your friends looking old as hell all over various social media accounts, or, I mean, at this point, it's highly likely that maybe you've done it to yourself. You
get curious.
We're all old curious here.
Yeah.
It's pretty shocking how accurate the depiction of your old self seems to be, considering that some of us are lucky enough to still have our parents around to use as a somewhat close visual example of what the future might hold. But like we said, regardless of your participation or not, this whole old version of me photo manipulation thing went insanely viral on Tuesday this week. But literally everyone who participated in it, from your average Joes to huge celebrities, was inadvertently putting their privacy at serious risk.
The app responsible for this ability to alter your look this way is called FaceApp. Very straightforward. And can you guess which country developed and published this app? Russia. Yeah. FaceApp, the fun little app that allows you to not only make yourself look older, but also has options for making you look younger, changing your hairstyle, your makeup, or any other number of alterations, is owned and operated by a little company called Wireless Lab, which is based out of a town called Skolkova in a little country called Russia. And that's who you've been handing over your access to your phone to.
Yeah. I mean, the names, they sound safe. FaceApp and Wireless Lab.
Seems innocent enough.
No. Now, obviously, everyone who downloads any app on their phone, they read the terms of service. It's the first thing that you do.
Put on my bifocals and I can go through it. It takes a couple hours sometimes.
but you got to do it.
Yeah,
it's just a part of life.
Due diligence.
A part of life that we all have to deal with on a daily basis. Oh, sorry, we forgot. No one does that because it would require more time than almost any app is worth. And most people just blindly trust companies with their personal data because why would anyone use our personal information and phone access for something nefarious?
What could you possibly do with that?
Who would do that?
What could this device in my pocket that contains literally
everything
about me, what value could that have to a tech company in another country that's already implicated in some very shady things?
Well, okay, specifically with this app, since it's developed and published by a company that's not only based overseas, but based in a country that has already been proven to have used our data against us, we'll just go ahead and point out the worst parts of the FaceApp TOS for you.
Yeah.
It'll be very easy.
When you install FaceApp and start using it, even for a one-off trend like looking old, you grant FaceApp a perpetual, irrevocable, non-exclusive, royalty-free, worldwide, fully paid, transferable, sub-licensable license to use, reproduce, modify, adapt, publish, translate, create derivative works from, distribute, publicly perform, and display your user content and any name, username, or likeness provided in connection with your user content in all media formats and channels now known or later developed without compensation to you. When you post or otherwise share user content on or through our services, you understand that your user content and any associated information, such as your username, location, or profile photo, will be visible to the public.
Cool. One thing that sticks out among all of those thorns is us making derivative uses of, because we've all seen deepfakes. Anyways, this is, I hate to say it, kind of standard TOS for a lot of apps.
Yeah.
And we'll get to that. But
they cover their asses quite thoroughly.
Yeah. Sounds to me like a machinima contract. I don't know about you, but anyways, even though it may not be as obvious to some, when you grant access to the app, FaceApp, this app right here, you give it access to your media files, and they can, shocker, see all of the media files that are stored on your phone, including contact information.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Now,
shit.
For some people, that could be just boring stuff like selfies, vacation photos, cat photos, and inaudible concert footage. You know who you are. But for a not insignificant amount of people, that could also include photos that you'd rather keep private. Photos of your boobies, your balls, and your butts. And your fannies.
And your front butt.
When you grant the app access to your media, you essentially give it access to everything you have, whether you directly load it in to be altered or not. To be fair, making your dick and balls look old, that could be kind of funny. No one's posting it on Twitter yet, as far as I can see.
I don't want to see that.
It either makes your balls gigantically long or like up inside your body. Now, haven't seen that much yet, but again, the app can still see it if it's on your phone. Now, what they do with it is up to them.
Yeah, this is essentially like the caricature guy down at the boardwalk who draws your head all big and you're driving a little tiny car. It's like if he was going door to door in your neighborhood and he's like, hey, I'll do one of these for you. You're like, cool, how much? It's like, free actually, but I'm gonna need to go rummage around in your house like every nook and cranny I'm gonna need to like peek around.
And watch you shower.
I don't know. It's a pretty cool picture. Go ahead.
Yeah. Well.
So yeah, what's scarier about all of this is that within the company's privacy policy, it states that they can use your data internally with any other companies that reside under their parent company, Wireless Lab. And since you're essentially granting them a lifetime license on your photos, that could also include companies that don't even exist yet, but that could be founded under that parent company.
At any point in time.
It can also send other bits of data, such as location data, to various third-party organizations, if it wants to.
It's a lot of trust. Now, all of that aside, what would be the point of all of this? And should you actually be worried about it? At this point, you've probably already frantically deleted the app, as most people have. But it looks like the company is just using your data to further train its algorithm and neural network in order to further develop its facial alteration and photo enhancement tech. But that also means that it's learning a lot from what you give it. And the most obvious way this could be used against you would be for law enforcement or any other government agency to be able to see exactly what you look like 20 or 30 years from now, even if you logged off today and never posted another photo ever again, or grew a beard, or shaved your beard, or anything like that. Yeah. It's a good test case for the development of AI to show exactly what you look like.
Yeah.
There's tons of other no good, very bad reasons to have your facial data in the hands of a company that we're not sure is very trustworthy, but that's for you to think about when you're going to sleep tonight.
Yeah.
Right before you finally drift off to nightmare land.
You gotta weigh the pros and cons. On the one hand,
you look old.
On the one hand, you're handing over possibly everything stored on your phone. On the other hand, you get a pretty cool picture.
Well, that's why you have a burner phone for apps. For cool apps like this.
I've thought about doing this. Yeah. Actually, I probably should, because I have several phones at home that are just sitting around.
Use your burners, kids. They're not just for drugs anymore.
Yeah. Now, having said all of this, if you want to fully believe the PR from the company itself, it seems like all this data isn't just being funneled directly to the Kremlin, but is instead located solely on the Amazon web servers that they rent in order to run the app itself.
So Bezos has it.
Good.
Yeah.
Great. Also, we're sure you've already typed out a comment saying, well, every other app has access to all of this as well. And you're not wrong.
No.
Touche. But your outrage or full-on participation in that relies on how comfortable or confident you are in US-based companies handling your data versus
anywhere else.
Yeah, it's hard for any of us to really say that we have the same level of confidence in companies like Google, Facebook, or Snapchat.
Versus the other companies.
Yeah. Like, I mean, they fuck us over, but yeah, actually, I don't know. Who cares? It's all the same.
Yeah, exactly.
But, I mean, at least in this country, they're regulated.
Somewhat at this point.
And eventually, there may be consequences.
Yeah.
And eventually, maybe further regulated. And in that case, would face massive fines for mishandling user data.
Yeah, Facebook just got hit with a $5 billion fine, which means nothing to them. But but it's something for justice, I guess.
Tech companies based outside of the U.S., no control over that at all. I mean, they can retroactively kick it off the App Store, but the damage is done at that point. Yeah,
there's already government agencies looking into FaceApp now because of this, and because they really first caught wind in the news like a year or two ago when they did the what race are you? Like you could pick a different race and be a different race on the app.
Oh, I don't remember that.
Yeah, so they immediately got rid of that.
They had the this app because I when I went to download it to do my old man face, I apparently had already used it in the past. Because I think it was 2 years ago, version 1.0 of the old man filter, very rudimentary. But I remember everyone was doing it back then too. This new one, they changed the algorithm, and now it's like, holy shit, too real.
Looking good. So while it's fun to see what you might look like in the future, or what you'd look like with a bowl cut or a mullet, just be aware that any new app that you install on your phone comes with a laundry list of reasons why you shouldn't use it. Oh, and the personal request here, for the love of God, please do not put your parents into the old age app, because it's already sad watching them age before your very eyes. No need to speed up the process to the point where you are questioning yourself if you'll ever get to see them look like that.
Yeah.
That was sad.
I don't know. Even seeing my friends my age looking old made me uncomfortable.
Yeah, a lot of my friends look a lot better than me old, and I'm not here for it. I don't like it.
Well, anyways, now that we've handed over our data to the Russians yet again in another election year, well done, everyone. In other social media news, it might potentially be time to wave bye-bye to hundreds, if not thousands, of Instagram influencers' bank accounts because Instagram is already testing a new feature that would completely do away with likes on photos.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Now, this would make it nearly impossible for all those clout sharks out there to impress people with the amount of likes that they get on a photo. And it could also make it a lot harder for influencers to gain and retain advertisers on the platform because there will no longer be a front-facing way to see how popular something is to anyone else on the platform.
Yeah, it's just you got to rely on the fact that they're very popular.
This feels like socialism. My posts are equal to these normies' posts?
You hate to see it. The announcement today came directly from Instagram themselves, and they said this. We're currently running a test that hides the total number of likes and video views for some people in the following countries: Australia, Brazil, Canada, Ireland, Italy, Japan, and New Zealand. So although we're sure all of the US-based influencers are breathing a temporary sigh of relief, everything's pointing to the fact that after testing these locations, the US and other countries are going to be next. Their post continues giving the reasoning behind this major change, and they said this. We want your friends to focus on the photos and videos you share, not how many likes they get. You can still see your own likes by tapping on the list of people who've liked it, but your friends will not be able to see how many likes your post has received. We're looking forward to learning more about how this change might benefit everyone's experience on Instagram.
Sounds great.
It's like when Facebook got all of the major news organizations to take all of their budgets and put it in making Facebook videos and then deprioritized all news on Facebook so that 50% of the companies went out of business and the other half just fired everyone.
Yeah, it worked out great. I mean, I'm still here.
We're still here because we're not on Instagram all the time.
Yeah. I mean, if they're doing this, I would use Instagram more than I do, which is not a lot, if the fucking notifications on it. There's no way to narrow by like mentions or anything. Like if I'm mentioned in a post, I'm just like, well, I'm never gonna see it. They have to do a fucking line item of every single person that's liked a photo of mine. Fuck off. I don't care. Get it out of here.
There's many features that they could be tackling rather than this, but hey, everyone's equal on Instagram now apparently.
Good. While this is funny to us, while we at the same time cry about demonetization on our own platform, people do make a living on Instagram, and this could negatively affect their income.
Yeah.
On a base level, it hurts their influence because people who see their photos or videos, they have no idea how popular that photo or video is. And as sad as it is to say, a lot of people out there base their response on that type of shit. They're like, well, this sucks, but like 10,000 people like it.
Can't be wrong.
I think now I like it.
Yeah.
Views or likes at some level, they give weight to whether or not someone trusts what they're looking at. Peer pressure. You're all fucking sheep. And an example using YouTube might be a video where there are 4 videos of the same vacuum being reviewed or something. If 3 of those videos have 50 views and one has 50 million.
Yeah.
Very popular vacuum.
It's whoa, it's the first guy to ever review a Dyson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which one of those videos are people more likely to trust or at the very least click on?
Well, I'm going for the micro influencer.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, everyone's
gonna micro-influencers doing it for love of the vacuum. The other one's doing it for fucking clout.
Yeah, exactly.
And they're probably sponsored and not disclosing it.
Well, in reality, people are going to watch the 50 million view one because they're going to be like, well, obviously this guy is trustworthy because he has all the views. It's just how the brain works, okay?
Obviously, this vacuum cleaner review by Joey Salads is worth more of my time.
Is this vacuum racist?
Than this vacuum cleaner by Vacuum Guy 69.
The vacuum is not racist. Anyways, we know that Instagram is a whole lot different than YouTube, but these changes, if implemented, it would definitely have an effect. And to be fair, any influencer on there who has already made it, they probably won't have a problem because all of their analytics are readily available to them behind the scenes. They would just have to actually provide accurate information to brands who are doing campaigns with them, and those brands would have to trust that that information is correct and unaltered. But for non-influencers, aka normies, the disappearance of likes might be a net positive because it'll do a lot of damage to those clout chasers out there and potentially make the app a place where you're sharing stuff because you want to, not because you want to show people how popular you are or not to chase likes.
Or they're removing this stuff so that Instagram can get a little taste of every brand deal. They're like, oh, you want to
see those likes?
You want to verify whether your potential client is as popular as he claims to be?
Yeah.
Well, that'll
Give
be
Daddy a
a
taste.
$10 analytics fee.
Yeah,
Boom.
there you go. Anyways, if you haven't watched it yet, we have a whole series on Area 51. But we also did a recent Tech News Day about hoverboard man
Yeah.
holding a rifle.
Hover gunman.
Hover gunman.
Look up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. No, it's a man with a gun. And he's French.
And he's coming for us. After you're done watching that, if you head over to the Patreon, if you're a Patreon supporter or a YouTube member, we have exclusive Patreon podcasts. We did one on Monday, so there's a brand new podcast for you to listen to.
There it is.
Got it out. It's very hot. Sorry. Anyways, check that out. If you want to support the show, you can become a patron. Throw $5 at it. You get all the podcasts. Or click the join button below the video. We'll see you soon for News Dump. We're still working on that special video for this week and episode of Weekly Weird News. So have a good... Hump day's over. It's getting close to the weekend. Have a good weekend. Soon. Bye.
Bye-bye.